What's going on, everybody? Hope you had a fantastic Thursday. Fun day to be in the markets, as long as you were a bull. And it's Thursday, April 13th. Markets were up an impressive 1.33%. Final print 413.47. And we are looking at the daily chart here on the S&P 500. But before we get into it, as always, of course, this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. And if you're enjoying the content that we are providing about the markets, don't forget to smash that like button, leave a comment below, hit that notification bell, and subscribe so that way you are updated anytime we post a new video about the market or trading them. All right, with that being said, let's get into the details here, what I'm seeing on the markets. We're looking at the daily, as I said, and we've been watching this symmetrical triangle, pennant, whatever you want to call it, for a little bit, and today finally we started to break up above that trend line. Now I'm being very cautious up here. To me, it seems like we're very close to running out of buyers. Now, of course, we have to wait and see, but we're getting into that really risky zone. And trust me, I love being a bull more than anybody. But sometimes you gotta call what you're seeing. So, up here, I would watch out. We're coming into value area high. All right, and Momo here is starting to again peak and get into that serious overbought area. Now we could push up a little bit higher and do a fake break above. Could come up maybe even to 418, 419, very possible. High side maybe 420. There is a gap above that we want to watch, but I am not so sure that we're going to be able to get here. Of course, I'll always be ready to pivot, but I want to pay attention to this gap above. Here, starting at where's the breakdown candle here? 419.55. We'll call it up to about maybe 422 would close the whole thing. However, I am getting suspicious. I am watching for a potential fake break here. Now we're gonna have to see how Friday develops. Since we've had such a strong move in the markets today, I would be careful, and I would lean to think that it's going to bring us trickier price action tomorrow. We could see some follow through in the morning, but I'll get into what I think about tomorrow a little bit more in detail towards the end of the video. However, I'm just want to start to raise the alarm up here as we get into this zone, as it's getting very dicey, and risk to reward for new longs is starting to wane. We do have bank earnings starting to kick off next week as well, so that is something I also want to pay attention to, especially with how banks have been in the news, obviously, for some time now, and their earnings will be very interesting to watch, to see how they perform. So we've taken a look at this chart. Let's look at some other daily views. Let's start off with the fibs here. Now this chart I posted on Twitter. Now, of course, the fibs that we have here are just based on the current swing high and low, right, from March 23rd, or what is this, 27, 28 swing low, and we're at the high. So of course this can change if we start to make a new swing high. But again, value area high up here, top of the fib channel. But so it wouldn't surprise me to see an inside bar print somewhere in this range. I will be looking maybe to see how strong the pullback is, but it wouldn't surprise me to at least see a pullback somewhere into the 412 area, 412.25. That will be the first line of defense for the bulls if we do start to pull back, and let's see how they if they come in that area at all. If they do and we start to come down and print an inside bar here, we could be potentially setting up for a little bull flag on the daily. So that's something I want to watch out for. But if they start to lose that 25% retracement, then I'll be looking for a little bit lower, maybe a mid candle retracement on this move. So that's what I'd be looking at, broader picture. Okay, so we've gone over that. The other thing I guess I would say is really, for the bulls, it's going to be tough. For the bears, it's going to be tough to make too much of a bear case. And of course, retracements are necessary and healthy for normal price action. But if we start to break below this 236 and we start to crack this uptrend structure that we have been trading in for some time, okay, then we can start to look for some more downside, maybe down to the 38.2 retracement around 406 area. So I'll be watching that as well. The other thing I wanted to point out, and let's see if we can find it. Okay, it's not this chart. No. This one. There we go. The daily trends here. Okay. Oop. Now you can see, as the saying goes, history may not exactly repeat, but it often rhymes. Do we see a pattern here that's been kind of the norm of the price action since back last summer? Rally, break of structure, down. Rally, break of structure, down. Rally, break of structure, down. Rally. What might we get? Okay, I'm gonna be, the answer should be self-evident. One thing that I do want to note, though, notice the strength of the pullback on the first pullback. Okay, pretty strong. Okay, the second one not quite as strong. This one even weaker. Each retracement regression has been shallower. So I think that that's worth noting. But we'll have to see. Maybe we come down to value area. Maybe we come down to POC. I don't know. Maybe we only come down to the 20. But I'll be definitely watching to see if we start to break this structure and start to sell. Okay, then we can start to talk, even more confirmation of a bearish short-term outlook. If we start getting and closing under the 20, okay, then we're talking about a whole different story. But I think it is interesting and worth noting. All the same thing again and again and again. All right. And I haven't seen too many people post about this, so it's just for you. I'm not even going to post this chart on my Twitter. This is just for you guys that are paying attention to the YouTube. And if you're not interested in taking a short up, in these zones or anything, just wait for the break of the uptrend. Wait for that. Look for a retest, and then you can do what you want with that information. But that's something that I would be looking out for as well. 2 ways you can take a trade. All right. So that's kind of my outlook. I am expecting some type of retracement. Do I think that we can break this? Maybe. We'll see. But certainly an inside bar, or at least a touch of the uptrend, is very possible, and something I'm getting a little bit more cautious here with the longs. And that's just me personally. All right, today it was a beautiful day in the market, and let's go over the price action a little bit. Let's go over the price action today. Haven't done that in a while, but pretty easy day overall. But I'll go over it. We haven't done it in any detail for a bit, so I will do it today for y'all. All right, So what happened last night, or what happened yesterday? We had the CPI print, came down, triple top, double top, equal highs, big sell-off, came down here, 407, all right? The lows, okay? Rallied off the lows. I actually took this trade in futures last night and had a lot of fun, although it was a little late, but yeah, it was fun. Okay, and you can see here where we bounced at 1050. Okay, this was just my level I had from yesterday. Okay, here you can see the reaction, and you can see the sell reaction there, right? So made the low, came up, came back down, higher low. Then we had PPI. Now CPI came in a little bit lower than expected. Okay, so even though the Bears had some fun yesterday, I think that was a kind of a good indication that PPI would likely come in a little bit cooler as well, and it did. So we've got two kind of macro data numbers coming in, framing for me a bullish bias coming into the day. All right, and that's what I was thinking in pre-market. Higher low, had PPI, I didn't do anything for that. And then we'd come up, come down, just meandered in this area. But you can see here, bounce down. What happened? Right into this demand. The sellers were absorbed. Tried again, seller absorbed. Look at the wicks, seller absorbed, sellers absorbed, okay? Triple bottom, double bottom, equal lows, whatever. Either way, the wicks are what was really telling here. And I wasn't doing anything in this area because for me, we had this hourly range going on, or we had this little range that I was already kind of had mapped out. So I was really waiting to see if we would break out of this range one way or the other. I wouldn't go short if we broke the range. You know, I would have to see some confirmation under here and under the here, sweeping these lows, and then I'd probably be looking for the overnight lows. If that broke, you know, if this broke, back test, and then come back down to retest that 407, that's what I would have done if that had happened. But we had an hourly range break here, so it was going around, and then boom, hourly range break. Okay, now we've got some. Now we can start talking, and we broke over the PPI high. All right, and here it's not as clear on the 5. Well, I'm on the 10-minute. We could do it on the 10, or we could do it on the 5. Either way, it's not as clear here, but we start to form a bit of a bull flag here on the 15-minute, and yeah, you could see it on the 10 too. Okay, flag. And we'll throw up the 15. Normally I like the longer time frames personally. Nice little flag here. All right, and I was talking about this in chat. What did we really have also in this whole area? I mean, this also, sorry, my cursor is freezing. What did we really have here? This is really a flag, okay? Impulse move, down consolidation, and break, okay? All right, boom, break, another flag, break up. Okay, now when we start breaking over the hourly range, first bullish sign. I wouldn't say that the bears were totally trapped here yet. Now when we started breaking over this, now you can see here, double top, 3 equal highs here, couldn't get over, kept getting pushed down. This is where I entered my longs on 411 calls, and I entered ES. Now, usually I've been trading the micros, but today I noticed Apple was up 2%. We had the macro bias coming, the macro prints coming in, also forming my decision. We had Amazon was up, Meta was up, all the Microsoft was up. So all the high beta names were strong. Tech was up, I think 1%. I think it was leading SPY at that point. It was up, I think, 0.8% or something like that. The markets opened about 1.5%. It opened up about 0.5% up, something like that. But QQQ Tech was nearly up like 0.8. So looking at the breadth, everything was positive on the breadth as well. Major high beta names were running strong, and that kind of helped me frame to myself, okay, it could possibly be that stronger bullish trend day that we were looking for. I mean, I don't care if it's going up or down. I just love the trend days because they're just easy and fun to trade, and you can press on the gas. So I did. So I entered the minis here with some decent size, and this was a little bit stressful. We pulled back. I think I got in, maybe on this candle. I'm not exactly sure on the time, but it definitely was in this area. And for me, just using the price action alone, if we've broken back under and into the hourly range, then that would have invalidated this trade for me. Okay, so and we'll also look at the moving averages in a bit as well, but right now we're just going to go over the price action. Okay, so also what happened here? So we broke out, and then let's also, and I always stress, I really like the longer time frames. What else did we have here now? I put this on the 15-minute, but let's just look at the 30 as well. What do we have? 30-minute flag. Now, I've probably mentioned this before, but the bigger time frame patterns, if you're a pattern trader, have more power building up behind them, so you usually see a bigger move. So when I saw this 30-minute flag, we already took one. We took out the hourly range out of this first flag, which you can see it's just a really clear bull flag here. Secondary bull flag on a 30. Okay, it's time to go. And I posted on my Twitter once we confirmed over this level. I forgot what I said it was for ES, but I mentioned this 410.88, 410.90. Once breaking over that and confirming, we should be off to the races, and that we were. Now, the other thing that I was watching. Now, once we started breaking out of this flag, I was like, all right, now bulls are starting to really start to sweat, in my opinion. They started to get, this was the first area that they started to get trapped in, okay? And now this was really the big area, this 411.50. This is where the bulls were really trapped. And why? Well, it's no surprise. This is where we saw that huge sell reaction before, okay? So once they were able to sweep this huge sell reaction, all those shorts that maybe didn't cover, I'm sure some of them covered here, but based on the pops, there were no buyers, but these were all pretty short cover. It seemed like they got a little cocky, to be honest, and they held. And there's further confirmation. You can see that this area was the key, because yeah, we had a beautiful break of the hourly range here, but look at the impulse candle we got when we broke over that area. Way bigger, okay? And this really trapped him, in my opinion. Then, honestly, it was off to the races and just easy at this point. I mean, bull flag, higher low. Again, bull flag, higher low. Here we broke over this resistance at 412.50, came back, SR flip, just retested that resistance. Boom, multiple entries you could have taken. If you missed this one, you could have taken it here as well. And then we got that final breakout, squeezing the bears here, and another SR flip and another little bull flag here. And let me just copy this. I know I'm probably losing some of the viewers as the video goes on this long, but whatever, that's on them. Break, beautiful. And here we just started to consolidate some buyer absorption here. We kind of triple top or double topped, and then just kind of floated around. So I was hoping for one more end of day pop up to that 414, but really my target, and I was talking about this, was to sweep the CPI highs which we did. I was talking about looking for that 4177, which was pretty much this area, and we did tag that, and I was happy with that. So fantastic day to be in the markets. And really quickly, if we want to look over just on as far as, if I know a lot of people use moving averages and stuff like that, very easy. I mean, you could have been on the 5-minute chart, which I don't even like, and you could have just held as long as the moving averages didn't break all day. Just ride it. You got a nice little pre-afternoon session dip here to the 20, entry, entry off the 9, and pretty easy stuff. So it was a beautiful day, great day for me. I'm glad I noticed the signs, and I hope that the way I explained to you how I noticed the signs of that we were having that trend day, can help you guys start to notice them and notice, the biggest thing is got to know as a trader when to step off the gas, be more defensive, and when to press on the gas, because days like this are the days you really can make a good chunk of your money for the month, for the bi-weekly, because tomorrow it's unlikely, maybe we have a little bit more upside, but it's probably more likely, as I was saying before, to print some type of an inside day, and something like that. So what are we looking at for tomorrow? Let's go to a different chart. Okay, and you can see here I did post this chart to Twitter last night. Is some areas I was watching. Look at this. I posted that last night. Boom, 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 boom. Up. We just ripped through it here. You could have on this midway. Another one. Perfect here at this 411.75. Boom, 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 boom. Very nice. Okay. What am I thinking about tomorrow? So like I said, I am going to be very cautious taking any longs. My personal opinion is that tomorrow we potentially push up a little bit higher, and then maybe it might be we push up till 10, but I'm also looking at 11 o'clock potentially, or 10:30, but we push up a little bit higher, fake break, trap, or maybe we'll form a bull flag again, and then they'll trap the late bulls, and it will be a fake out break, and then we'll come back down and start to retrace. How far we retrace, I don't think we're, I don't know if we're gonna come all the way down, but we'll retrace some, and then maybe bounce, and then just kind of end in a, negative or plus 30, 0.35 or 0.25 day, either plus or negative, something like that, where we come up, come down, come up, come down, and we just end up trading somewhere, maybe in here, or maybe in here. Let's just take a look at the 4-hour chart really quickly. Okay, top of value here, and I'd rather be on a naked chart. I don't think I have one. How much of a retracement, it will be hard to tell. What we could do, I guess we would have to run it this way, and it's going to get a little messy on here. If we do start to pull back, maybe that 25% retracement, as I was saying earlier, maybe a 38. But I'm definitely watching out for that fake move higher, and then back down, and then maybe a reversal back. So that's kind of what I'm looking for tomorrow. These levels are all still valid, so be watching out for retracements into any of those to possibly engage. Probably going to take it lighter tomorrow. I'm not even sure if I'm going to trade or how much I'm going to trade. I had a great day today, as I was mentioning, so I want to be cautious and and I just want to end Friday on a good note. But it is totally possible that they don't do the fake out and we just get continuation and close the week, strong, maybe up by 413. Either way, tomorrow I probably will be considering swinging some puts over the weekend, maybe some monthly puts, but I haven't decided yet. But it's certainly something that I am going to be considering soon. It doesn't mean that we're going to get a huge sell-off and all the way back down to 400, but I mean, coming back 50% or 30%, maybe 50% even next week would make sense, considering where we are. So that's just what I'm kind of thinking. But it will be very interesting to see. I was mentioning those 412 on the daily area. Let's just go back really quick. This 25% retracement would be, probably somewhere in here, but we'll have to see. It could be interesting as well if we come back and do a BRB here. But again, with value area up so high, I just don't know. I just don't know about that. But still, it is a trade that is in my playbook, and it's a trade that I would potentially take. So even if it fails, I'll take it anyway, probably, because it is in my setups and it is in my trades. But if I do, it'd probably be lighter size if we start to retrace. But either way, I probably would be looking a little bit for a deeper retracement, and that would be I don't know how confident I would be in the trade, just considering where we are on the volume profile and stuff like that. But going back really quick, okay, so we were looking at this 4-hour profile yesterday, and value, we have moved back inside of it, so profile's kind of worked itself out, although we are at highs right now. I want to pay attention to this. This is interesting. We still have these gaps down here on the profile, around that 405.50 area, and down here this is way lower, but definitely watching that as well. And I think, how long is this video? It's been going on 30 minutes. I'm probably driving everybody crazy. Last thing I will say, if we do pull back here, it's interesting. If we do retest this trend line, there's a nice confluence with the 20 here, so that's something interesting to watch out for. But here on this 5-day hourly, we're way outside of value, as well as here. But I do think that these levels that we were looking at are all still valid, so I am going to extend them on my chart, and they are up on my Twitter at _SharkTrader. If you want to take a look at that picture and work them out for yourself, that's up to you, but you can see really how nicely they played out today for anybody that wanted to. So yeah, hope it helped. Hope everybody had a great day, great night, and take care.